Hey guys, you're on your lunch break, you want to get a back workout in. I'm going to show you guys how to isolate, concentrate, and engage your back muscles in the quickest time possible so you guys can get a maximum back workout. You want to call this the 15-minute back attack? We're going to get this party started. Let me show you guys how to get this done so you can get back to work. We're taking it into the gym. All right, guys, depending on what setup you're able to access, whether you're working from home or you're working at a commercial office building and you have access to a gym, it all depends on what type of equipment you have available to you. I'm gonna show you some basic stuff with dumbbells, how to do dumbbell bent over rows, whether you wanna do them on high reps or you wanna do them on drop sets, the choice is yours. But I'm gonna show you guys how to maximize these exercises to get full lat engagement on every repetition. So watch how I do this. I think I got a pair of 30-pound dumbbells. I'm gonna do a bent over row. I'm just gonna come down slightly and I'm gonna turn my arms just like you would hold a barbell. And I'm gonna pull backward. I'm not pulling straight up. I'm pulling backward. I'm pulling the dumbbells towards my hip. So every repetition, my lat muscles are engaged. I'm pulling with my lat muscles and squeezing my shoulder blades together. This is engaging the lats. And I'm keeping constant contraction of the muscles as I go through the repetitions. Once I reach my maximum number, whether it's gonna be 20, 30, 40 reps, or it's gonna be a drop set, once I hit that magic number, I'm gonna put these dumbbells down. And if I decide to drop set, I'm gonna grab the next set of dumbbells down and continue the repetitions, engaging the lats and squeezing every repetition, just like this. And again, when I hit that number of failure where my muscles are fatigued, I drop set again, grabbing lighter weights, and I pick up where I left off, continuing the repetitions, just like this. I'm not stopping for any rest periods. Remember, you're on your lunch break. You need to get the maximum amount of a back workout in the least amount of time. So you're not gonna have time to fuck around with your phones. You're not gonna have time to chit chat with anybody. You need to come in, get the engagement, get the workout, and get the contraction, and keep the repetitions going. So I just showed you hands this way. Now I'm gonna show you another version of hands this way, palms forward, okay? Same position as before, but my palms are forward. And all I'm doing is pulling backward, contracting my lats, just like this. Full lat engagement on every repetition, just like this. Okay? You reach your number of failure. If you decide to stop and rest a minute, that's fine. If you decide to drop set, you grab the next set of dumbbells lighter. Now the dumbbells I'm using are for demonstration purposes. You pick your poison. You pick the weights that you know you can control to get the high reps that you keep me talking about. Remember, this is about getting the most blood in that muscle to get that skin splitting pump. So you continue the repetitions, squeezing the lats every repetition. And you take this to failure, okay? Failure doesn't have a number. It's when your muscles tell you you can't do anymore. I'm gonna take you over to another exercise. All right, what I want you to do is pick the amount of sets you're gonna do there, whether it's 1 round of drop sets, 2 rounds of drop sets, or 1 or 2 rounds of high rep sets. It all depends on how much time you have for lunch, the allotted amount of time. Once you finish with that exercise, if you have access to a cable machine, a very good exercise are 1-arm cable rows, or we can use the straight bar and kind of mimic a bent over row if you don't have an Olympic setup. So I'm gonna demonstrate the 1-arms, and then I'm gonna demonstrate with the straight bar, okay? With the 1-arm rows, you wanna let the shoulder come forward, and you wanna let the lat muscle stretch out. And all you're doing is very similar to the bent over row. You're pulling into your hip, but you're turning your wrist. And you're pulling with the lat, turning and squeezing. Just like this. This is all lat engagement, 1 arm at a time. You're squeezing your lat muscles. Just like this. And when you're done, you can drop set it, you can high rep set it, it's up to you. And then you switch to the other side and continue what you just did on the one side to the other side. Again, the least amount of rest between sets, the better. You don't want to rest up to where you start losing your pump. You want to keep the blood in the muscle, okay? I'm going to put the straight bar on here and show you how to simulate a bent over row if you don't have any access to any barbells, okay? All right, I just put on the straight bar. I'm going to grab it all the way out to right before the bend in the bar comes. I'm going to pull the weight away from the stack, and I'm going to pull this into my waist. And I'm squeezing my lats together, just like this. This is mimicking a bent over row. Just like this. There's a lot of different variations that you can do with this exercise. You can set the bar down lower. You can set it up a little bit higher. It's your choice. It's where you feel the best lat engagement. It's up to you. None of this is etched in stone that says you have to do this a certain way. It's where you feel your groove and you're able to engage your lat muscles. Okay, I'm going to show you another exercise. All right. If the facility you're training in has a lat pull down, a very good exercise, a lat pull downs to the front. Again, set the pin where you know you can handle a high amount of reps. And when you're pulling this bar down, you want to pull it down to your chest while you're trying to push your chest upward. And you squeeze your lats together. Always keep engagement. I never lock out like this. I always keep the muscles engaged. I never go to a full lockout. Just like this. And I can keep the continuous repetitions going while my muscles stay engaged in the entire repetition range. Just like this. You can do this on high reps. You could do this on drop sets. The choice is yours, depending on how much time you have available to you on your lunch break, all right? I'm gonna show you one other exercise, which is the cable row, and that's if you have a cable row machine. So you have to kind of think outside of the box depending on what kind of facility you have available to you. So let's take it over to the cable row. All right, if the facility you have has a cable row machine, it's a very good exercise. I prefer to use the rope because if you use the handles, they limit you to right here, where the rope allows you to have more articulation to really squeeze your lat muscles and engage your lat muscles more. So again, pick a weight you're comfortable with. I let my lats flare out, and when I'm pulling the handles into my lower waist, and I'm rounding my shoulders back and squeezing my lats. And I constantly keep the engagement. I never lock out. I'm always keeping the muscles engaged. Continuous repetitions, just like this. And when you hit that magic number of failure, you would drop the weight, go back into the high rep, failure again, drop the weight. Remember, you don't have all the time in the world to be in the gym because you're on your lunch break. So my advice is to maximize your time in the gym. You've heard me say this before, is to do the drop sets. Do the drop sets with a lighter weight that you know you can get high reps, because the high reps is what's going to help you get that skin splitting pump. You really want to get a good pump in a short period of time. High rep drop sets are going to give you that pump. If your gym has access to a rack, a power rack, you can do rack deadlifts in a power rack. You could do bent over rows in the power rack, and refer to my other videos on back workouts and you'll see the demonstration I have to do the bent over rows and the rack deadlifts. They're very effective exercises. They take a little more time to do because they really wipe you out. They're very hard compound exercises. But if you don't have access to that stuff, doing the few things that I did will give you that skin splitting pump, and that's what it's all about. Lighten up the weight, high rep, muscle engagement. Concentrate on what you're doing. Put your mind in your muscle. And I promise you, within 15, 20 minutes, you'll have a great back workout. It's like, wow, that was pretty good. I got a really crazy pump in that short period of time. It's because it's the mental game. You know you crunch for time. You put your mind into what you were doing. You concentrated on every repetition and every set. And that's what this game is all about. Concentration, muscle engagement. All right, to close this video out, I've got in my 𝐂𝐵𝐴 site, my training courses that I just released. I've got chest and shoulders, back and biceps, quads only, tricep, forearms and calves, contest preparation, off season, on season, stage ready. I've got the dramatic weight loss with the keto diet, how to reverse your type 2 diabetes. I put a lot of time and effort into making these courses. They're very, very detailed, more so than you see in my YouTube videos. I go into explicit detail about the beginner, the intermediate, and the novice. And I believe that these are a home run. I've had a lot of people requesting me to put out courses. I've put out the courses. They're really good. I've had some people preview them and they really love them. So check out the link in my description for the Buy Me a Coffee and definitely grab yourself one of the courses. Or if you're looking for online coaching, I've got online coaching there and I've got other stuff in my shop. It's on my Buy Me a Coffee link. It's in the description. I want to wish everybody a happy new year, happy 2024. Thank you for everything that you've done with my channel, the subscribers, the likes, the comments. My channel exploded in 2023. It was just eye-boggling to see the explosion of the amount of subscribers and the views. One of my videos is going viral. Another one's getting ready to go viral. My Intensity or Insanity, my Steve Mahalik story. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I truly appreciate it. Please help me make 2024 as better as 2023 was. And I'll see you guys back in the gym. Happy New Year.